Most people think attraction is something you do. They think it's confidence, charisma, the right words, the right timing, the right posture. So they perform. They adjust their voice. They edit their reactions. They hold back what they really think. They lean forward when they should lean back. They smile when they don't feel it. And weirdly, the harder they try to be attractive, less people feel pulled toward them, because attraction doesn't come from effort, it comes from absence of effort. Here's the uncomfortable truth. You're most attractive when you're not trying to be. Not because you suddenly become perfect, because something rare happens. You become real. When you stop performing, your nervous system relaxes asterisk. Your body stops asking, how am I doing right now? Am I being received? Am I enough? And when that inner monitoring shuts off, people feel it immediately, not consciously. They feel it in their gut. Humans are wired to sense authenticity. The same way animals sense danger, it's subtle, it's fast, and it's unforgiving. When you're performing, there's always a delay between who you are and what you show. People don't know why they feel uneasy, they just feel distance. But when you stop performing, that delay disappears. Your reactions sink. Your words land naturally. Your silences stop being awkward and start being grounding. You're not trying to impress. You're not trying to manage perception. You're just present, and presence is magnetic. Here's something nobody tells you. Confidence isn't loud. Confidence doesn't announce itself. Confidence doesn't need validation. Confidence is calm. When someone is truly grounded, they don't rush. They don't over-explain. They don't fill silence to stay relevant. They're okay being misunderstood. For a moment, they're okay not being chosen by everyone. They're okay letting the room decide. That ease signals something powerful. Trust myself. And trust is attractive. When you perform, you're subconsciously asking for permission. When you stop, you're giving permission. Permission for others to relax. Permission to drop their own ask. Permission to be human instead of impressive. That's why people feel safer around you. That's why conversations deepen without effort. That's why attraction sneaks up instead of being chased. Think about the people who pull attention without demanding it. They don't dominate the room. They don't compete for approval. They don't try to be interesting. They're interested. They listen without waiting to speak. They respond instead of react. They don't need to win the moment. That energy doesn't come from technique. It comes from letting go of control. And here's the paradox. The moment you stop trying to be attractive, you stop leaking need. Need is loud. Need is heavy. Need is felt, even when it's unspoken. When you perform, there's always a hidden agenda. Like me. Choose me. When you stop performing, that agenda dissolves. You're not withholding, you're not chasing, you're not proving, you're allowing. And allowance creates space. Space creates curiosity. Curiosity creates attraction, because you did something right, but because you stopped doing something unnecessary. So if you feel unseen, unappreciated, or overlooked, it's not because you're lacking something. It might be because you're working too hard to be received. Try this instead. Say less mean what you say. Pause without apologizing. Let reactions happen without shaping them. Let your nervous system settle before your words. Leave your mouth. You don't need to add anything. You don't need to polish yourself. You don't need to perform. The most attractive version of Yui, the one who isn't asking to be attractive at, it's the one who's finally at ease being exactly where they are, and people feel that every time.